DeFi Llama is tracking over 200 perpetual dexes. That number wasn't even close a year ago. So I spent the last few weeks actually using all of the major ones, depositing real money, opening positions, testing execution at different sizes, and today I'm giving you my honest breakdown of the top 5, scoring each one out of 10 across 5 different categories: volume and liquidity, fees, leverage and markets, UX and onboarding, and finally, security and trust. And by the end of this video, I'll tell you exactly which perp dex you should use depending on how you trade. Let's dive in. First is Hyperliquid. Now, if you're wondering who wins the perp dex war today, well, the answer is 100% Hyperliquid. And honestly, it's not even close. The biggest reason for Hyperliquid's dominance is its liquidity. In March 2026, Hyperliquid processed roughly $432 billion in perpetual volume, accounting for around 70% of the entire on-chain perp market. That matters because liquidity solves a lot of problems. You get tighter spreads, less slippage, more consistent execution. That advantage comes from the fact that Hyperliquid built its own chain specifically for trading rather than deploying on an existing network. The fee structure is also very competitive. Base taker fee sits at about 0.045%, while maker fees starts at 0.015%, with discounts as volume increases. Now, to be honest, in this day and age, that fees is not the cheapest, but it's still good enough that it's rarely become the deciding factor. Hyperliquid's markets are also its strength. It offers a wide array of assets and markets, from cryptos to stocks, commodities, pre-IPO now even, with substantial volumes. While other perp dexes may offer more markets, but they don't have the liquidity depth like Hyperliquid's. The onboarding experience to Hyperliquid remains one of the best in crypto. Well, kinda. I mean, there is no KYC, has clean interface, so that's very good. Although the bridging asset part is still complicated for new users, since you have to use either Arbitrum Layer 2, which I don't think a lot of people are using nowadays, or their own Hyper EVM, the Layer 1 blockchains, a different chain, and you have to deposit money as well to their wallet, so it's very custodial. Still, a trader coming from a centralized exchange probably could figure everything out within like minutes, alright? The final question though is trust. This is where Hyperliquid becomes interesting because on the one hand, the protocol generated roughly $845 million in real revenue during 2025 and survived multiple extreme market events that would have killed smaller competitions. But on the other hand, incidents like the Jelly token showed up that show decentralization is still not as absolute as some users assume. Personally, I just don't think there is anything called an absolute decentralized project, right? When push comes to shove, no one is truly decentralized. So Hyperliquid is a controlled decentralization, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll give Hyperliquid a solid 9.5 out of 10 because once you get through the asset bridging and depositing part, it's a beast of a perp dex. Next up on this list is Aster Dex, the Hyperliquid's quote-unquote competitor. Now, it's a new perp dex received major hype from the BNB chain ecosystem people because of this official support from CZ and Binance and somewhat a generous airdrop campaign. That's why, despite having only a fraction of Hyperliquid's volume, it has already become the second largest perp dex. What's even more interesting is that initially nobody would bat an eye to Aster because it got rebranded from another project. But once CZ publicly introduced the project to the market, that immediately put Aster on every trader's radar. But having CZ talk about your protocol isn't a guarantee of success. Once users arrive, the product has to keep them there. And Aster's products, well, I mean, it's mixed. Its fee structure is among the most competitive in the industry. Maker fees can fall as low as 0.005%, so definitely a lot cheaper than Hyperliquid's. The taker fee is also cheaper a little bit, about 0.04%. And more importantly, Aster introduced yield-bearing collateral. Your collateral can continue generating yields while supporting your open positions. The biggest advantage to Aster, I'll say, is the function variety. Now, Hyperliquid gives you basic trading functionalities, but Aster gives you hedge mode, grid trading, and leverage levels reaching 1001x. So that's insane, but I wouldn't recommend even touching that insane amount of leverage because it's basically just gambling at that point, right? But it demonstrates how aggressively Aster is targeting advanced users. The onboarding experience on Aster is equally impressive. You have to connect your wallet and also deposit your assets over, but you can do that on popular chains like BSC or Ethereum, Arbitrum, or even Solana. And unlike Hyperliquid, you have more choices. The challenge, though, is trust. Aster doesn't yet have years of battle tested history like Hyperliquid. The DeFi Llama volume transparency controversy still appears whenever the protocol is discussed. The team addressed the concerns and regained its listing on DeFi Llama, but reputation takes longer to rebuild than volume. The products that they had initially was terrible, but they have improved drastically ever since. Now, if you want to trade on Aster, our referral link is in the description that gets you a hefty fee discounts on signup. My score is about 7.7 out of 10. The third on this list is a popular perp on Solana. Now, if Hyperliquid is best overall and Aster has product or function variety, then Jupiter owns distribution. Jupiter already dominated Solana before launching Perpetuals on the spot market, obviously. Millions of users swapping tokens, billions in spot volumes every month. Adding leverage was the obvious next step. That existing user base became Jupiter's biggest advantage. For Solana traders, onboarding is practically non-existent. If you already use Phantom Wallet or Soulflare or Backpack, well, yeah, you're ready. No bridges, no learning curve, no ecosystem hopping, just within Solana. That simplicity matters more than people realize. And in terms of liquidity, Jupiter remains one of the largest perp platforms on Solana. Daily volume regularly reaches hundreds of millions of dollars. TVL remains among the strongest in the ecosystem, but their fee model is complicated. Rather than relying entirely on traditional funding rates, Jupiter uses a borrowing based structure. Most traders won't notice much difference during short term trades, but long term positions are where understanding the mechanics becomes very important. Market selection is also limited within three major pairs like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, but leverage wise, they're all up to 250x. So trading pair variety is not their strength. The JLP liquidity model creates near zero slippage for many trades, and that's a real advantage. The trade-off is that LPs become the direct counterparty to the traders, and when the traders win, well then the LPs lose, and when the traders lose, the LPs benefit. It's transparent, but it's a different structure from traditional order book system, and it can throw people off when they first started. When it comes to security and trust, there hasn't been any incidents with Jupiter, so trust remains one of Jupiter's strongest selling points. The protocol has been around long enough to earn credibility, no hacks or exploits ever happen, the team is established, the infrastructure is proven. That's why Jupiter remains one of the safest choices for Solana users. Final verdict is about 8 out of 10. I would love to see more markets on Jupiter Perps. Next, we have Lighter Dex. Every platform on this list has a clear advantage. Hyperliquid, Aster, Jupiter, one from Solana. Then Lighter's entire pitch is much simpler. Zero fees, and I mean it. Retail traders pay nothing. No maker fees, no taker fees, just trade. That's an incredibly attractive offer, especially if you're an active trader where fees can quietly eat into profits over time. However, the trade-offs is that your trades will have higher latencies and slightly higher slippage. This can lead to worse fills, more slippage, or disadvantages for high frequency or scalping strategies. But if you're a regular retail trader, not doing like ultra high frequency stuff, then yeah, I mean, you can generally trade with zero trading fees. But if you're doing like large order stuff, a lot of frequent trades, then it's not for you. Lighter's growth was explosive during its farming campaigns, with total volume peaking above 1.3 trillion in 2025. But once those incentives ended, volume well dropped sharply. That is not unusual in crypto, but it does make one question impossible to ignore. How much of the activity was driven by the product itself and how much was driven, well, by the rewards? Even after the decline, liquidity still remains respectable. The platform still processes meaningful volume and maintains a sizable user base. So it's not as if traders disappeared overnight and they're all bots. The question, though, is whether Lighter can rebuild organic demand without relying on incentives. Outside of the fees, the product is actually more complete than many people would realize. Alongside crypto perpetuals, Lighters also offer reward assets, pre-launch markets, and leverage up to 50x. The onboarding experience is straightforward as well. Connect a wallet, deposit USDC, and you're ready to trade within few minutes. On the security side, Lighter has some strong credentials. The company itself raised about $68 million dollars from investors, including Founders Fund, Ribbit Capital, and Han Ventures, and so far it has avoided any major security incidents. There is also the regulatory angle as well. Unlike many offshore exchanges, Lighter operates as a US company, offering leverage trading products, making it more exposed to future regulatory changes than most of the platforms on this list. My final score for Lighter is a solid 8.5 out of 10. The zero fee model is really captivating, probably one of the strongest hooks in the whole sector right now. So I'll leave the link to Lighter below so you can try it out. And finally, we have Phoenix, the high-performance Solana native perp dex built by Ellipsis Labs. Now, I actually made a full dedicated video on Phoenix a while back, so if you want the deep dive, I'll leave that link down below. For this video, I'll keep it short and focus on where it stands compared to the top perp dexes in 2026. Now, the biggest reason traders moving to Phoenix right now on Solana is execution quality. Phoenix runs a true central limit order book combined with its proprietary spline liquidity model. In simple terms, what that means is that it allows market makers to provide much deeper liquidity and tighter spreads than what you typically see on Solana perp exchanges. The result is extremely low slippage, even on large orders. According to Ellipsis Labs, market makers can continuously update liquidity at very low cost, allowing Phoenix to deliver sub 1 basis point price impact on multi-million dollar trades, while many competing Solana perp dexes can see 10 to 15 basis points or even more under similar conditions. If you're trading serious size, that difference can save a surprising amount of money over time. The fees on Phoenix is definitely also their strongest competitive edge, just about 0.005% for makers, so similar to Aster, and about 0.035% for takers, so definitely one of the cheapest perp venues on the market. And on top of that, the platform simply feels very good to use. Trading is crankless, gasless, and typically executes in under a second. The interface is extremely clean, professional, and now fully supports mobile web trading as well. Getting started is incredibly simple. If you're already in the Solana ecosystem, just connect a wallet, Phantom, backpack, whatever it is, deposit USDC, and you're ready to trade within a few seconds. No bridging, no extra setup, no unnecessary friction. The market coverage is still focused on the major pairs like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. We have other pairs as well, but definitely not as diversified as Hyperliquid or Aster Dex. Liquidity is the strongest in those top pairs as well. Bitcoin leverage currently goes up to only about 20x, so definitely not for the gamblers out there. While liquidity and trading volumes still have rooms to catch up with platforms like Hyperliquid or Aster or others, the product quality itself is already operating at a very high level. Trust is also another strong point from Phoenix Dex because Ellipsis Labs has spent years building on Solana and has a proven track record of shipping real products. Everything on Phoenix remains non-custodial, fully on-chain, and very transparent. Since I've already covered the platform in detail before, I'll keep the verdict short. Phoenix gets a solid 8 out of 10. And that's it for my video about the top perp dexes in 2026. All 5 referral links are in the description, so use that to get a hefty discount on the trading fees. Drop a comment which exchange you're using right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, stay safe out there. Daily out.